Woodhaven Road. That's a look at your traffic. Now back to you, Mike.
Sally, that shot right there could be very messy tomorrow morning. Yeah, boy. Okay. It seems every day we're hearing of another security breach at the nation's airports, and now the president is demanding answers and solutions. We're going to hear about those later on today.
For the latest now, and to give us his thoughts, Delaware Senator Ted Kaufman joins us now. Good morning to you.
Hi,
Thank
Senator.
you for coming in.
Good to see you.
Let's jump right into this airline security. You know, he was just talking with Doug Luzader. A lot of finger pointing right now. A lot of people saying Janet Napolitano, her head should roll. What do you think?
Well, I think that this is a breach. It's a serious problem. But one of the things we have to face with is we are now in a new kind of war. This is not the kind of war we've been in the past. And this is going to be a counterinsurgency kind of war. And it's kind of war where every time we make a move, the other side's going to make a move.
Right.
So every step, you know what this is like? This is like cutting grass. We're never going to solve this problem.
No.
Every 2 weeks you got to come back and
Well, you chase them out of Iraq, you chase them out of Afghanistan, they move to Pakistan. You chase them out of Pakistan, they move to Yemen.
Exactly.
And after that, they'll move someplace else, Somalia.
Well, here's the point. The point is nobody's ever going to take us on, in my lifetime, in a real war the way we had wars before. We have too many tanks. We have too many.
They'll never win.
Russia's not. China's not. North Korea's not. Iran. No one's going to take us in that kind of war. We're going to have these counterinsurgency kind of wars. And we're getting better.
But see, here's what's scary. You know, Mike brought an excellent point with this. You know, before 9/11, everybody kept saying how, you know, all these different agencies, they weren't communicating. We have to trust that these agencies are doing their job. They're communicating. You know, I'm doing my job, Mike's doing his job.
And after 8 years, they're not.
We can't, you know, and we got lucky that this, you know, didn't happen on Christmas Day.
Well, I don't look at it. We were lucky that it didn't happen. But the point of the matter is, this is a big, big problem, and it's a new kind of war, and all Americans have got to be involved in it. This is not the kind of war where you can just send the troops overseas and forget about them. Everybody's got to be involved in this, and that's why it's so important that we go into Afghanistan, because the fact is that these plots are being planned by Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan.
But that's Afghanistan. What about right here at home?
But right here at home, that's where they do the planning, and that's where we got to go to get them. We got to have everything coordinated here. We got to do a better and better job. But the point I'm going to make, I don't care whether it's administration, this is not a Democratic or Republican problem. This is a very difficult problem. One person, look at these. Just think about it this way. There were 7 CIA agents. These guys, men and women, are really, really smart. They're the best and the brightest. And they allowed this guy to come in, and it was personal.
Yes.
It wasn't just they were worried about some guy killing somebody.
You're talking about Afghanistan.
I'm talking about
Afghanistan. And they got onto a base without searching the guy because he gained their trust.
And he got in this thing. So this
blew himself up.
Now, I'd like to tell you that we can solve this. But it really is like cutting grass. We're going to have to be on this and on this and on this. And we got to go where they are. We got to go to Yemen. We got to go to. But what we have to do is we have to do it a lot smarter, and we know a lot better. Look at how successful we were in Iraq. For the first time, we were able to go into this kind of situation. It's called counterinsurgency. David Petraeus and General Petraeus and those other people developed it. That's what we're going to be doing in Afghanistan. I met with General McChrystal for an hour and a half. I've been to Afghanistan twice, Pakistan twice, Iraq twice. We're getting that whole thing together. But we have this is a very tough fight against very dedicated people.
Let's talk about politics real quickly before you have to go.
Sure.
Chris Dodd, retiring.
Yes.
Byron Dorgan at North Dakota, retiring. Bill Ritter, the governor of Colorado. And boy, I saw the stupidest headline yesterday on CNN that says Democrats are dropping like flies. Well, they don't mention that there's 6 or 7 Republican senators are also planning to retire. So the ledger's pretty still on the Democrat side. Are you concerned about this? Because of that silly 60-vote margin.
Yeah. Well, it's not silly. It's really key.
A lot of times I think it is.
But it's silly. By the way, it is silly. But you know what America's about? America's about minorities. And if you don't protect the rights of minorities, I'd rather we didn't have that 60-vote rule. But you got to protect the rights of minorities because and especially the Senate of the United States. Our job in the Senate is to make sure that minorities are taken care of. And I'm not talking about racial or ethnic, political. I'm talking about political minorities. So it's really, you know, a good thing. In terms of retirements, we have as many Republican retirements as Democrats. People say they're really upset with the Democrats incumbents. Let me, the polling data I see says they're more upset with the Republican incumbents than they are with the Democratic incumbents. And as many Republicans are retiring as Democrats. It's an eternity between now and Election Day. An absolute eternity. Lots of things are going to change in the interim. I just think, you know, Chris Dodd, Byron Dorgan, Ritter, you know, they're all kind of my age. And you're getting ready, you know, you're starting to think, like, I know Chris Dodd very well, and he has 2 very young children. And he's basically saying, look, I didn't spend time with my children.
Well, true.
And one of the things about my job, I love my job and the rest of it, but I don't get to spend enough time with my children.
People are already whispering about your seat.
Yeah,
because you've already said you're not.
I'm not running. No, I'm not.
Why don't you just announce on the show right now that you've changed your mind and you're going to run?
No, I would love to do it if I do it. No, I think this 2 years will be great for me. It's going to be, it's a great experience.
It seemed like Senator Dorgan, though, was upset about the health care case. I think he was pushing for the public option, things like that, too watered down. So we'll have to talk more about that another time.
Hey,
Senator, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in.
Great. Give my best to the
Be
little
careful
guy.
on
Thank
95
you.
southbound.
Absolutely.
Okay, way back to
Keep it a
Delaware.
little warmer, will you guys?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Turn it up a little.
Okay.